Hey, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Joel, that's Jeremy, and it is our games of the month. It is October already, Jeremy. Fall is out. You look out the window, trees are starting to go here, and that sniff in the air, that's playoffs coming up here in a few weeks.
That's playoffs. It might be allergies for some too, with all these leaves falling off. And if you're a little bit of a golfer like me, maybe aren't finding your golf ball as easy if you don't hit it in the fairway all the time. But yes, September, like a blink of an eye, Joel, it is gone. We're into October. When the next time we convene, we're gonna maybe be talking about a few teams who still have their seasons alive, and we might even be talking a little bit of basketball, and wrestling. So it's definitely, we always talk about these high school sports seasons, right? They're kind of gone in a blink of an eye. I think we always say spring goes so fast. Fall's a pretty fast one too, just because of the weather that we're dealing with. I mean, one of the football games we're going to talk about is the last game of the year for some schools, and it's the middle of the month. So that just tells you, how fast this fall sports season goes. But hopefully, we've got a few local teams that are ready to go on some runs here these next few weeks.
Well, that's a nice transition into our first game of the month here. It's October 2nd, so as this comes out October 1st, it is tomorrow, October 2nd, on KGLB. It's volleyball. Glencoe Silver Lake taking on Watertown Mayor. Both have had up and down seasons. They've had some wins. They've had some losses here this season. Annandale has had a great season, and these are two schools chasing the Cardinals to try and get back in that conference title hopes.
Yeah, I think Annandale probably right now looks like the clear favorite there. But, when we talk about this Wright County West Conference, Joel, you've been around the Wright County Conference for years. It is just a gauntlet. There's no such thing as a layup. And that's when you said some losses here, some wins there. You really have to be perfect every single night. We interviewed one of the local ADs from that conference just a couple of weeks ago on one of our programs over on KGLB. And that was what he said. He goes, if you don't bring your best every single night, you're going to get beat. And, these are two teams that have some aspirations. They think that they can make a little bit of noise come the postseason. And what's a better primer than a game that's a rivalry game, right? GSL and Watertown Mayor, they battled for a long time. We saw it last year, even on the gridiron, GSL getting the best of Watertown Mayor in the regular season and Watertown Mayor returning the favor when you get to the postseason. And this could be a potential postseason matchup too. So it just makes all of these matches really fun. And this is going to be one to track because I think, Joel, it's going to be for seeding purposes, and it might even be a guideline of what we expect to see come later in the month. I mean, section play starts around the 20th of October, so it's going to be here before we know it.
And speaking of section play, as we get to our next game, it wasn't too many years ago, maybe 2 or 3, when this game was for the section championship. As we go to October 15th, football on KARP 106.9. Lester Prairie taking on Mayor Lutheran. Now, Lester Prairie, they're the defending section champions. Little bit of a rough season so far. Mayor Lutheran, a nice turnaround here, but this is a game you can't count out either team.
Rivalry game. And, Joel, my days back at Mayor Lutheran, it was always Norwood Young America that was our big rival. Well, because of school size, because of sections and how things work out, this Lester Prairie Mayor thing has just become huge. And it doesn't matter if it's on the hardwood in the middle of winter when it's 20 below outside, it gets really hot in the gym. And when these two teams get together on the football field, it's much the same way. As you alluded to, they have played big section games over the course of the last few years. I mean, last year, Lester Prairie might have given Minneota their best game in their Minneota's postseason run on their way to a state tournament. So these are just two really good football programs. Now, they're two football programs that might be going through a little bit of a transition at the moment. It comes with some wins, it comes with some loss, but really it comes with, if you're Coach Skoblik for Lester Prairie or Coach Zupke for Mayor Lutheran, you're hoping it also comes with a little bit bit of learning at the same time. Both of these teams are going to be players in a section that isn't going to be as up as what it maybe has been for a few years. Mare Lutheran only has 3 seniors. Lester Prairie graduated like 14 or 15 seniors. When you're talking 1A football and you only have 3 seniors, and the previous year, like in Lester Prairie's case, you graduated 15, it's a little bit of a rebuild. But both of these programs have a lot of nice young talent that's coming up. And I'd be surprised, Joel, if over the next few years we're not talking about them playing again in some big section games. But don't take away what the seniors and these teams here in 2025 have an opportunity to do. Mare and Lester Prairie don't like each other when it comes to these kinds of situations, and that always makes fun. And I think this will be a fun one to cover. And again, it could be a preview of what's coming up in section play.
It certainly could. And for those folks looking for the playoffs, make sure you check out our websites, kduz.com, carpradio.com, and kglb1310.com. Complete schedules will be posted there. Thank you, Jeremy. We'll talk next month.
Looking forward to it, Joel.